teaches you so much about character and development, and I think it's a huge part of my lifestyle. Everything I've learned, gained, and acquired as a man has come because of the sport of wrestling, and I hope to offer that to all people, not just men. So I think the best way we can go about supporting it is to show up at matches, to share important events and historical representation via social media, to continue to just be supportive and encouraging to women that are trying to engage in sport. And really, like, if you have someone in your life that is into athletics, instead of pushing them to gymnastics or track and field or softball, say, hey, how about wrestling? Look how much I've learned from this sport. There's so many women that had brothers or uncles or dads that wrestled. They never tried it because they just sat in the stands and watched. Imagine if someone would have given them a nudge and say, hey, try this, let's see what you got. Like, imagine what that would look like. How many more women would already be participating? So I feel like we're finally in a time of women's empowerment, and wrestling is the greatest sport in the world, so I wouldn't send them any other place.
And of course, we have this like tidal wave of momentum going for girls and women's wrestling.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
Iowa just sanctioned girls wrestling, but going forward, especially from your perspective, what else do you think is needed to continue to open up that opportunity so that the sport can grow, not just for girls and women's wrestling, but for the sport as a whole?
Things like this, you know, you have to present it on a grand stage where people get excited about it that are non-traditional wrestling fans. Wrestling's hard. It's very difficult and it's obscure. So if you haven't done it, you wouldn't really understand how the format works, what the rule system is like, or how to learn and gain appreciation for it. So I think the more often you watch it, the more you recognize how great it is. You know, UFC has been a tremendous sport in the spotlight over the last decade. It's really grown a ton, and a lot of the champions in the UFC are former wrestlers. So wrestling translates to a whole lot of different sports. If you watch the Super Bowl on Sunday evening, you'll see a lot of offensive and defensive linemen that were also wrestlers in high school. So, you know, wrestling is a great foundation for life and for athletics. So I think you need to just recognize that and start to, you know, try to find opportunities to see it. You know, I think as wrestlers, we have to do a better job of promoting ourselves, but also we need the resources to put ourselves in front of more eyeballs so they can grow appreciation.
Awesome.